please, if you can, go follow my Instagram. It is full of stuff. So far, we got 18 followers, mixed between people that know my channel and people who don't. Please, if you have an Instagram account, please follow me. And also, if you have a Facebook account, follow my new Facebook page. There's not much on it so far, but I'm hoping to expand on that in the future. Now you're wondering, D the B, how do you find these amazing platforms? Well, obviously, go to my main channel, and there will be a tab with my Instagram link and my Facebook link. With that out of the way, let's get started with the video. Hello guys, it's D to the B here, and I figured I would finally get off my chest how I feel about the Transformers Legacy figures so far that were revealed, because I have some interesting opinions. So let's get started with Legacy Skids. And this doesn't look bad because I've seen images of what Skids looked like in Generation 1. Of course, the arms are a little bit weird, but we'll get more into the arms of these figures a bit later. And its vehicle mode, it's alright. I'm pretty sure this was what Skids transformed in G1, but I can't entirely remember. But yeah, the figure looks alright, and these Energon weapons, they look alright. Alright, let's get into the next one. Legacy Bulkhead. And this figure pissed me off because I hate how this thing looks. But granted, in my opinion, I wouldn't be mad if this was like a different adaptation of Bulkhead, like a Bulkhead that was set in the G1 continuity. I wouldn't be mad because as a separate universe Bulkhead, it's actually pretty good. But as a Prime Bulkhead, it sucks. I still might get this figure and just ignore that it's a Prime Bulkhead. And then let's get to the vehicle real quick. And as a vehicle, it doesn't look bad. It gives me a bit of Bayformer's Hound feel. Like, it looks exactly like it. But yeah, I don't hate this figure when I ignore this is based off Prime. And I know Paul said that they would be G1-ifying Transformers from other universes, such as Bulkhead. I'm not entirely for this. When I first heard that they were gonna make a new Bulkhead, I thought they would make it accurate to the Prime Bulkhead, like how they've been doing with Siege all the way to Kingdom of sorts. Alright, let's get into the next figure, which is Kickback. Now, Kickback doesn't actually look bad. I actually do like this. Of course, there are some questionable things about this figure, like why is the inside of the chest see-through? I really think that was a bad call. But besides that, it doesn't actually look that bad. It actually kind of does look like the G1 character from the cartoon, kind of. And the animal form isn't bad. Someone has pointed out that the insect head, like how they put it in, is a little dumb. But, I like this figure. And I really think these Energon weapons are going to be a gimmick. Alright, let's get into the next figure, which is Dragstrip. This figure doesn't look bad in my opinion. Of course, I do have a bit of a nitpick, which you've heard a million times from other professional Transformers YouTubers, and that's the arms. The arms look short. Granted, they look weird as a whole. They just look weird as a whole. It might be because of how it's structured, but besides the arms, it doesn't actually look that bad. But who knows? We might have to get the figure to see how it actually looks. Now let's get into his vehicle mode. This is pretty G1 accurate. I have seen the G1 cartoon, and this is pretty accurate. Alright, let's get into the next figure, which is Prime RC. And people are expecting me to destroy the actual heck out of this thing. Which, I have to say, I'm not going to. Out of the Prime figures that we got in Legacy, this one is the decent one. This I'm okay with. Like, it does look like RC. Of course, not every part is accurate to the cartoon, but it's alright. Let's get into the vehicle mode real quick. And the vehicle mode isn't too bad. It's actually kind of close. Of course, not accurate. It's more based off like a 90s motorcycle, but you kind of get that Prime feel to it. Like, here's a comparison between the two. Like, it's not the exact same motorcycle, but you get that Prime feel. Alright, let's get into the final announced figure, which is Laserback Optimus Prime, if that's the right name. And I don't care about this figure, to be honest. I have never heard of Laserback Optimus Prime until now. Apparently it was in G2, from what I've heard. And if I'm remembering right, what I've heard, they even used this model back then for the character of Scourge in Robots in Disguise. No, not the 2015 one. Yeah, that's real confusing. Now thinking about it, just now, I think they might repaint this in the Legacy line as Scourge. Like, this is the exact same model. They could just grab a spray can and go, bam, we got Scourge. Alright, let's get into the vehicle mode. It's alright. Not my favorite Optimus Prime design, but that's fine. And, of course, just like the Earthrise Optimus Prime, which I never got. I didn't even get the Siege one. The trailer opens up, and it has a mini, station in it. I'd just say the G1 one looks better, in my opinion. It's alright. Now let's get into the most controversial thing of all. The boxes. The packaging, don't care for it that much. And especially with the regular figures, like, if you haven't heard, Hasbro is removing the plastic from the packaging, which there are two problems with that. One, your figure's gonna be dusty, that's gonna suck. And two, and this is my opinion, I think it's gonna be really easy to steal toys now. Because people steal toys, and I just think that it's going to make it a lot easier. Well, maybe except this one. Maybe. We're not entirely sure yet. Now let's get into the designs of the Legacy Toyline packaging. It's alright. I don't honestly care for it. Like, I like the idea of the line. Like, it's basically a multiverse Transformers line, and that sounds cool. Like G1 meeting the Prime characters, or so on, or Prime meeting animated, or Armada meeting animated. Just like all these shows that Hasbro has been creating over the years, it would be so cool for them to meet each other in a multiverse state. I just don't like how they're personally G1-ifying everything. Like, I wouldn't be mad with stuff like Bulkhead if it was a G1 adaptation, like I've said before, and then later they make toys that are accurate to both Prime and animated. But yeah, while I'm at it, might as well tell you what I would do if I did get the Legacy line. I would most likely get just Kickback, Drag Strip, and nope, I think that's it. Unless I really just want to ignore the fact that that's Prime Bulkhead in a G1 way. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Oh, there's one more thing I need to mention. I just remembered this. There's a little barcode on each box, except for core class. But this little barcode, when you scan it, it will take you to its page, which the website that's going to have all these pages of the legacy characters is still in development that I'm aware of. But yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. I thought I would mention that. Made sure I didn't forget anything. But yeah, that's my opinions on the Legacy line. What do you think of the Legacy line? Do you have a different opinion? Tell me in the comments. Have a nice day, everyone.